All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 4 of the Houston Metal Show. I'm so glad to be back. We're a couple days late, but hey, it's better late than never at this point. Speaking of better late than never, this first song is by a band that got to play for the first time live in 4 years last week. Of course, I'm talking about local Houston deathcore legends Caracas. Here they are with Rotten World. And yes, that was Rotten World by Caracas, featuring one of the heaviest breakdowns in deathcore. They played at Kickback Bar a week ago yesterday. That would be Thursday. Opening for Internal Suffering, who were on their way back to Columbia from a small tour and an appearance at Maryland Death Fest. I remember seeing Oscar out in the parking lot at Kickback Bar, and he was all smiles. He was just so happy. He was able to play his first show since before the worldwide darkness known as COVID hit. And like I said, he was all smiles, just so very happy. I don't think the smile left his face all night, even on stage when he's singing about death and destruction in the most guttural vocals possible. But anyway, I think we're going to stay in the extremes for this next one. This next one is by PLF, and that stands for Pretty Little Flower. Let me tell you something, though, that sound is anything but pretty. Here's PLF with Tank Treads hammering inexorably on the horizon. Yeah, how do you like going from Caracas to PLF? That was Tank Treads hammering inexorably on the horizon. And PLF, okay, let me start that sentence over again. I got to speak with Dave Collier, the vocalist for PLF, last Saturday at Black Magic Social Club. Excuse me, last Friday at Black Magic Social Club. And he mentioned that PLF is off for the Lixiviat Festival in France, which is going to be happening actually a week from tonight. Day one is on June 14th. And I apologize if I butchered the pronunciation of that fest. All I know is it's in France. It starts with an L. And yeah, it's got quite a few of some of the sickest grindcore bands out there. But Dave is pretty excited. I can imagine the rest of the members of PLF are as well. And I believe he said something about getting ready to record some new stuff with PLF. So I'm excited to see what comes of that. And speaking of new stuff, we have Scrollkeeper has a new drummer. And I spoke with Justin McKittrick again last Friday at Black Magic Social Club as he was getting ready to go on stage with Hazarat. They have a new drummer, and he seems to be doing real well with him in the rehearsals. And they have a show coming up where he's going to make his stage debut with Scrollkeeper. So we're excited here to see that. But until then, we've just got to contend with what they have already put out there. So Let's listen to a little Scroll Keeper. Here is Auto da Fe. And we seem to be having little bit of a technical difficulty here. It's a little bit of a bitch when your software won't play for you, but we're going to get that squared away here in fairly short order. What you just heard is Auto da Fe by Scrollkeeper. And like I said, they have a new drummer. His name is Thomas Chacon. And I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. I never asked how it was pronounced when I talked to Justin last Friday, so I will get that squared away. Like I said, they do have a show coming up in July at Black Magic Social Club, so it will be nice to see how well he does with how well he does on the live stage. He is a veteran of the Houston music scene, so I'm sure he'll do fine. But let's see what kind of fit he is with Scrollkeeper. All right, we've got these technical difficulties fixed. Here is Stabbing with Extirpated Mortal Process. And that was Lunara with Wasting Away. I wasn't the exact order I had planned with these things, but hey, sometimes when your software doesn't want to create and you got to improvise on the fly. Actually, I think this works better going from one extreme to another with female vocalists. Of course, I'm talking about Bridget Lynch of Stabbing and Kat Freeman of Lunara. Kat Freeman has a wonderful singing voice, and Bridget Lynch, she can get guttural with the best of them and puts a lot of male brutal death vocalists to shame with her guttural vocals. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's look at what's going to be coming up in the local Houston music scene. Let's first take a look at Black Magic Social Club. This Sunday we have a thrash show with Nemesis, Diabology, Wick, and Serpientes de Fuego. Nemesis and Wick are two young thrash bands from Houston. When I heard about this show, I looked those bands up, and they'd been playing shows for a couple months, and this was the first I had heard of them. So I am looking forward to seeing how they go on stage this Sunday again at Black Magic Social Club. On the 17th, we have Narcotic Wasteland, Whore of Bethlehem, Decimate, Sickness Defined, and Lethal Agent. On the 20th of June, we have The Convalescence, Monochromatic Black, Gore Pig, The Virulent, and Incarnate Dystopia. On the 28th, of course, one show a lot of people have circled is Funeral Rites, Pantheon, The Drunks, and Serpientes de Fuego. And on the 5th of June, as mentioned before, will be Scrollkeeper and the debut of their new drummer, Thomas Chacon. Engineered Society Project, Frankenchrist, The Filthy Dead, and Save Your Skin. All right, up next we have BFE Rock Club on the 8th. We have the Victim Birthday Blowout with Bare Knuckle Ministry and Euphoria Rain. The 8th, of course, is tomorrow. On the 13th, we have Spit on Your Grave with Epic Death, Metropolis Burning, and Inertia. I will be at that show, so if you guys are out there, hey, buy an artist a drink, will ya? I like whiskey. So on the 14th, we have the Support Local Music with When the Sun Dies, Underwood, Wretched Kingdom, and Shining Force. I've never heard the other three bands, but I know Wretched Kingdom is some really great stoner doom. They kind of straddle the line between the more dark funeral doom and stoner doom with their sound, but they are really cool, so definitely go check them out. On the 15th, we have Jennifer's All-Star Birthday Jam with Distance of Thought, Winter's End, and Fractured But Whole. More at BFE Rock Club. They announced a lot of shows over the last week. On the 5th of July, we have the Skinlab Venomosities Tour featuring Skinlab, Scream at the Sky, Rowdy, Memory, and Submit Thy Will. On the 12th through the 14th of July, we have, of course, Destroying Texas Fest 18. On the 20th of July, we have Watchtower with Rev Skelton, Stress Level Red, Fortress, and of course, the feature of our very first episode, Dire Infernum. And on the 4th of October, we have Derek and Alyssa's birthday bash. This will have Submit Thy Will, Wellborn Road, Lunara, Held in Orbit, and Heavy Honeys. Okay, and last but not least, shows coming up at White Oak Music Hall. These, of course, are some of the bigger shows. On the 13th of June, we have Spite, Body Snatcher, Throne, Mouth for War, and Cell. On the 24th of July, we have Exciter, Midnight, Wraith, and Hellwitch, which sounds like it's going to be a hell of a show. On the 31st of July, we have Fallujah with the Flesh Prevails 10th Anniversary, Persephone, Vulvodania, however that's pronounced, and Dawn of Ouroboros. On August 3rd, we have Paul Bearer, Inter Arma, and The Keening. And on the 9th of September, we have Dark Tranquility, Amorphous, and Fires in the Distance. All right. If you have a show that coming up that you want me to talk about or highlight, please let me know. If you're a venue, please point me to your events calendar somewhere, anywhere, and I will mention these shows as I can. All right, and let's go ahead and play a song from one of these shows. Let me see here. I think, yeah, this happened. Let me cue this up real quick because I had my media player software ready to go, and guess what? It crapped out on me. All right, and now I have it queued up. These guys are playing with the Scroll Keeper on July 5th at Black Magic Social Club. This is Save Your Skin with Indoctrinate. and that was "Save Your Skin" off the album "Omnipotence of the Absolute." That was "Indoctrinate." They did have a video for it. They made a video for it several years ago. I would definitely go check it out on YouTube. The video itself is just as dark as the song. I remember watching it when I first heard of "Save Your Skin" and thinking, "Wow, this is excellent." And Somnus Mortem, the vocalist for "Save Your Skin," and the creative force behind it, said he agreed that it was great, and that, well, obviously he would agree that it was great. It was his creation. But he said they really lucked out with how everything came together for that video. So definitely go check that out. Go check them out on July 5th at Black Magic Social Club with Scroll Keeper. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to be starting a new segment on this show. And it's going to be basically reaching back into Houston's metal past. My knowledge of the Houston metal scene historically is very limited. When I was a student at the University of Houston, and this was only about 12 years ago, I didn't really start getting into the local scene until I was a student at the University of Houston, and I was running a show on Coog Radio called Wings of Black. And until then, I had barely scratched the surface of the local scene. I had seen a couple local bands here and there, but never was able to really find the scene until I discovered a little record store called Sound Exchange, and they actually had a local section. So when I started playing music at Coog Radio, I started perusing that local section at Sound Exchange, and that's when I started diving headlong into the local scene. But keep in mind, I had lived in Houston for almost 2 decades before getting into the local scene. It just didn't seem all that easy to find. And when I did scratch the surface, it was like discovering a whole new world. So yeah, let's explore this. And I'm only going to keep this short tonight. But this was a band that I picked up from the local section at Sound Exchange, and I remember just buying the CD, totally unaware of what I was about to listen to, and it was the only one by that artist. I'll just keep going with the story. And lo and behold, it was a live CD, and it was the only CD they had ever released. And I was a little puzzled by why the only CD a band would ever release is a live CD, why they wouldn't release a studio CD beforehand. And, when I was doing Wings of Black at the University of Houston, I was fortunate enough to have this band as guests in the studio, and I asked them about it, and they said they played a show at Walters on Washington, and somebody said, "Hey, we're recording tonight. You guys want to record too?" And they were like, "Sure." And then after that, somebody, member of the band, came up with the idea of putting it out as an album. And of course, I am talking about Spectral Manifest. At the time, Spectral Manifest was Kryptos Grim on drums, Depravus Nocturna on vocals and guitars, and Ulfur Thorvaldsson on bass. Ulfur and his wife ended up moving to Colorado. And of course, in 2019, Depravus was unfortunately involved in an auto accident that left him pretty messed up for a while. But according to Kryptos, who you also may know as the drummer for Hazarat, him and Depravus have been talking, and they have been working together off and on. Depravus is feeling great, and they seem ready to get back into things. But before that, let's go ahead and listen to one of their songs. And this one's going to be off their studio album. This is called Darkening Horizons. All right, off their 2014 self-titled studio debut, that was Spectral Manifest with Darkening Horizon. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's about going to do it for this week's run of the Houston Metal Show. I realize this show is a little shorter than usual, but I will be back on Wednesday again with more local Houston metal. If you like what you heard tonight, I would it would be much appreciated if you could hit that like button so YouTube knows to recommend it to other people. And if I've earned it today, a subscribe would really go a long way into helping me grow. And also, while you're at it, hit that bell to get notifications of when we get ready to go live again. I want to thank you all for listening tonight. And once again, this has been Rick with the Houston Metal Show, and I will see you all again next Wednesday, the 12th of June. Thank you.